Oh. Can you hear me spraying deodorant on? Wow. I didn't realise my microphone was that potent. Or my Musk. My Elon Musk. Topical. That is not the sound of me orgasming. It's more of a... There's tears involved and... Right. Oh shit, I need to click on the other thing. Hello. Welcome to some more Stars and Talkie stuff. Oh, you can't actually see what's on my screen. You can see the Gamescom 3.0 floor demo thing, which is cool because it's my gaming cut. Although Disco Lando's face appears in it occasionally. Oh, I think my microphone might be a little too loud, so I'm going to turn it down very fractionally to prevent the rip ears. Hello and welcome. So guys, in Star Citizen Talkie stuff that I do this stream, we talk about Star Citizen. If you want to ask any questions about anything Star Citizen related, question in brackets if you can, and then I will try and answer them. And that's the main premise of this. We'll go through the news, we'll talk about some stuff that I want to talk about. Question: if I buy 3-pack speeders that are on sale and let's say upgrade one of them into a bigger ship, will I use the other 2 speeders in the process? No. Let me show you. So let's bring this up on screen. And we will not have the... Yes, we do. So, when you buy things in packs, so if you buy this 3-pack, the individual hulls are available in the upgrades menu. So when you upgrade this Origin X1, in the pack, that has changed whatever your new ship is. If you wanted to melt that ship, you cannot, though. You'd have to melt the entire pack, and the entire pack is the value of however many dollars you've ploughed into it. So just bear that in mind. But yeah, you can upgrade these to 3 separate ships, basically. Totally different ones if you wanted to. The X1 Q&A is not out. There should be one, probably on between Wednesday and Friday. There's not too much they can tell us about the X1, though. It's an open canopy ship. In a very similar style to the other ones that they've had. I did a little video-a-roo, and in that I linked these other bad boys. So these are the original Q&As for the Dragonfly. Thank you very much, Sigma7. These are the other Q&As for the other open canopy racers, or bikes, the Drake Dragonfly and the Nox. And that tells you pretty much everything you need to know, to be honest, about the X1. They didn't say there's going to be any special mechanics to it, because they would have said that. And I am just assuming, but I'm assuming pretty accurately. They would have said anything special about it in the cell here. What we do know about the X1, though, because I'm sure it's on people's hot topics, is that there are 3 variants: the baseline, the velocity, and the force. The velocity has no weapons at all, but it will possibly be the fastest in a straight line racing bike. It's geared for racing. I do suspect that the Nox will be more agile. It just won't be as fast in a straight line. That's my expectation there. The X1 is the baseline model. That's just the standard one. It's got a single size 1 weapon on its nose. It looks pretty cool. I like the look of the ship. The Force has an extra hardpoint for shield. So you can have 2 shield hardpoints on the vehicle. And again has a size 1 weapon on the front. It looks like that is a Bulldog laser repeater on the front of that. And on the baseline it is an M3A laser cannon. It's available in multiple packs. You can see here that it's added VAT. I pay 20% VAT in the UK because fuck you, that's why. The brochure was a pretty crappy brochure this time. I say crappy, I mean it looks cool, but there was no information in the brochure. It was just all fluff and sketches and stuff. These would make cool little pictures to go on your wall, I suppose. But it was all entirely fluff. this, although we did get a quick look at the intended HUD for the ship as well. The HUD we're expecting to see, partly holographic, or entirely holographic, I suppose, in the same way that Nox's is, but it's got the windshield there as well. It's pretty cool. Ship like feathers out very slightly like an arrowhead. Only an ickle-bickle bit. I think it's a nice ship. It's just, I don't really see where it fits. Like, the Dragonfly is the only bike for me, really. I like the Nox because I like the way it looks, but I'm only going to be flying the Dragonfly in Planetside because it's the only open canopy bike that has room for an extra passenger or cargo space. And I'm going to be going around looking for things to loot and making money and picking up things and going, I want this loot. So put it on my Dragonfly and then zoom back to my ship. That's the sort of stuff I want to do Planetside. And the Dragonfly's just got the best utility there. The X1 doesn't have any form of cargo space. And although it's a nice looking ship, if you like its look, because obviously some people are going to be like, ugh, it looks like a horrible shoe. Or a shiv or something weird. Because it has got an odd look. And you dangle down. Like a danglyman. Let's have a look. Wait, no, the page is broken. Well, fuck you then. Let's see if we can go here. Where is the standard ship page? Is it on the ship matrix? Let's go have a look at the ship matrix quick and see if we can. I'm a bit. It was on the captain's table. Starts at some podcast last night, and I was basically asleep through that, and it finished an hour or two later than I expected it to. Let's go here. So we should be able to see the pictures here, yes. Pictures. You can see the single gun on the front. Obviously, the other bikes have two size ones. This only got a single size one. So in like raw firepower and DPS, the others have the advantage. But this I do think is going to be the fastest in a straight line. Doesn't... What? Oh, that looked like the rear of the bike to me for a second, with the gun coming out. There's the front. I'm going to buy so many space. Oh my god, thank you, Artifact!
You need to know what the game changer is.
So I can't tell you what the game changer is, unfortunately. I think someone accidentally leaked some information about it. Someone messaged me and said, someone got drunk and was talking about it. And it's like, okay. Apparently they don't save their VODs, so it's a rumour. But, so the game changer stuff that I can tell you about it is that it's a big civilian job. I suspect it's going to be on sale at CitizenCon. I will probably buy one as long as they're not too expensive. People are going all over the place from $400 all the way up to $1,000 sort of thing. So we don't really know how much it's going to be. It's it either adds to a game mechanic that's in game, or is a whole new game mechanic that has been discussed but hasn't been implemented in any way, shape, or form yet. It's an important part of Star Citizen now. And you'll go, oh yeah, that's cool. I don't know how the mechanics of it actually are going to work, though. I haven't seen any design documents or anything. I literally just talked to some devs when I was in my office tour about it. And then when Ben Nesnick mentioned it on Ben's Day with Batgirl, I went, oh yeah, that makes sense. That's what he's talking about, the game changer. So yeah, it's those of you that want to do cool civilian jobs, big civilian jobs, yeah. I can't really say any more. It'll be soon, though. You'll find out. Elon Musk is taking us to Mars, mate. Taking us to Mars. Look, it's going to be sending humans to Mars in 2024, like IRL. He actually excites me about science, like Dr. Brian Cox used to. But this man is mad in the best way possible. He's pioneering. But that's Elon Musk, making us go to space, whether we want to or not. But yeah. Oof. X1. Anyone buy one? Anyone buy one? Anyone buy an X1? There's no sub fee to Star Citizen. You can give the voluntary subs if you wish to. Which allow you to get some extra rec, which is the Arena Commander and Star Marine currency. And it gives you like behind the scenes bonuses, helps fund their ATV and that kind of show, and you get some hangar flair from week to week. It's never going to be game breaking, whatever it gives you. It's all going to be like cool aesthetic stuff. What is the average wait time before we see any patching to... you see any patching to... Oh, so when are we going to get the live 3.0 patch? We don't know. Almost certainly Evocati within the next few days, because they've only got one bug left. Let's talk about that now. So, this is pretty cool. Well, it's annoying because we potentially could have had Evocati over the weekend, but they had one critical bug left after they fixed everything else. They had 0 bugs at one point, and they were testing Evocati release builds and going, is this going to be a 3.0 build that will go to live? No, it's got this bug that causes server crashes, or this bug that causes people's chips to despawn while in them, persistent data issue, cache issues and stuff like that. So they got down to this one last bug and then went, right, this is the last build. Is it ready? Yeah, it looks ready. Oh no, there's a critical bug that we need to fix. So one last bug. Hopefully we'll make the Evocati test significantly more smooth, fixing that, because we won't be crashing every 2 minutes. And then we'll have that first iteration of Alpha 3.0 going to Evocati, and we'll be able to test it. And that should push forward when we get to a PTU wider audience build. Those were loads of words put together in no particular order there. That will obviously help move towards getting a wider PTU out there as well. Because as soon as we get first wave PTU, the public test universe servers, that's when more people that aren't just Evocati, that aren't NDA'd, will be playing. Then we can create content on that, as everyone can. We can make screenshots and videos and stuff. The Evocati build, unfortunately, we're not allowed to produce screenshots of, videos of, stream, or anything like that. It's all NDA'd. So Elon Musk is GoldenEye. Do you think he's... Thank you very much, Nighthawk. Nighthawk, why do I call you Nighthawk? I always call you Nighthawk, I'm sorry. Elon Musk could be a Bond villain. That is true. The best Bond villain. But yeah, so lots of issues with the persistent data cache stuff, persistent cache data. So they were having loads of server issue problems, basically, and the more players that were in the server, the more it would crash more quickly. So obviously that's the major bug that they were trying to fix. But it does look like we will have... I'm excited. Next week we're better play Evocati, almost certainly. There's something crazy happens. It's been a long fucking road before we got the first build, and there's still a lot while to go before we get a wider PTU build and a live build. Think 6 to 8 weeks kind of thing. So here's the diff checker for people to see the differences between last week and this week. There wasn't much movement on the end of year graph stuff. So that obviously they are working on object container streaming. It's something they're trying to push at the moment. Object container streaming is going to give us massive gains in 3.1 and 3.2, and up to mid kind of 2018. This is when we're going to start to get the significant optimization, most likely for Star Citizen, and then they're going to try and get more and more players in the servers, and then they'll start to talk about server meshing and trying to get all players in the same shard. Which will be amazing. And obviously 2018 as well will probably be the year of ships. We're going to start to see these big ships like the Banner Merchantman, the Carrack, all those big ones, 8 Night Jump and all that sort of stuff, all coming into the game. Probably the Idris and stuff as well. Very, very, very likely to see those ships actually in game then. But yeah, exciting times. And what else did we have? So we talk about these no-go meetings where they're looking at Evocati builds every day, which is pretty cool. When I say pretty cool, it's a fact of life. There was this cool Sneaky Peeky. The actual photo or screenshot is called Ruto 1. This is a electronic shop in Grimhex, the new electronic shop in 3.0. And it looks like Ruto, but also Constagan, but also Ortwin from IRL CIG, the lawyer there, is the model for Constagan, who is also the model, I believe, for Ruto, which is interesting. Constagan, the senator-in-law. More than just law, I suppose. He's going to be appearing in the game in some way. It's pretty cool. Right, let's have a look, see what questions we got. You put question in little brackets if you can. People will have their opinions. Like, if people wanna hate on a game, people wanna say it's vaporware or whatever, that's cool. I mean, they can go and like browbeat people with it, then they're cunts. It's I think it's they're more than welcome to have their opinions and stuff. It's all good. X1 can fly on the ground in a planet. It can fly in space, but it cannot cross the threshold between planet and space by itself without a parent ship, nor will it be flying on planet. It will be hovering on planet. It's treated as a ground vehicle as soon as it's in atmosphere. So it's not going to be flying or hovering above massively in the air or anything. It's not a jet fighter. So we're very likely to get some big sales. Let's put this back on. We're very likely to get some big sales, Star Citizen ships at CitizenCon, so the 27th of October, but also the anniversary sale in November as well, the anniversary live stream. So if you're looking for ships there, like the Gemini, like possible another like few hundred Idris and stuff like that going on sale, lots of limited ships. Probably the last time for a lot of them before they go up in price, and then have a look then. But remember, you don't need to buy any of that stuff in game. You can get it all in game. You don't need to buy any of it out of game. You can get it all in game with money. Even in 3.1, you'll be able to buy it with Alpha UEC, the ships that are flyable. So if you're anytime you're like, oh, should I get this or this? Never buy a ship. Always get hardware or a car or something IRL. You're skipping out on some gameplay if you just skip into ships. And if you want to play Star Citizen, you're really enjoying the idea of it. You want to get as much of that early gameplay as you can. Yeah, he pushes the boundaries, Elon Musk, and I like that. Like it's pioneering attitude. He's very aware of himself as well. Considering the racing one, yeah, if you're into the idea of the bike racing, the open canopy racing, I suspect there will be classes of racing as well in the future that will be enforceable. So it'll be like, this is a bike race. I suspect that's going to be similar to the 350R in its kind of comparison to the other races. Very, very quick and a straight line. If you steal a ship and try to land at Olisar with that stolen ship, then you'd either be get a criminal rating, or that ship would be taken off you when you land by the air traffic control system. Wait a little while then. If you want a mining ship, you're not happy with the selection offered, wait. There's going to be multiple types of mining, obviously. Mining on the ground, which is the... Thank you very much, Simmer. Mining on the ground, which will definitely be in the first iteration of mining. We'll have mining on the ground, so that will be like the prospector, drilling into the ground, probably some hand mining, maybe some vehicular mining as well. But I suspect there's going to be other mining vessels, not just the prospector and the Orion. Obviously, the Orion's the big strip miner, the prospector is the single pilot mining vessel. But I suspect there'll be some mining modules and some in-between bits, and eventually probably base building with mining operations going on and stuff as well. No, they won't update on the schedule report, the must fix for Evocati every day. I suspect they will announce it when it goes to Evocati Live, though. If they don't, then it will be on Reddit anyway. There's always those minor leaks, at the very least, from Evocati. If you're on Reddit and stuff. I'm so sorry, I'm tired. I was up really late last night on the Captain's Table podcast, so I apologise. I need to get into Star Citizen, but I'm not sure if it can possibly run it. I have an older i5 processor and a GeForce. So the 960 is probably borderline for playable frame rate, in my opinion. But older i5, as long as it's like second or third generation plus, you should be okay. You want to get like a 1060 graphics card if you can. 1060s are genuinely really fucking good. They're very... I think they're a little bit better than the 980s. They're very good. But yeah, you're borderline with that. You could play it with concessions. You'd have to like low graphics and possibly lower resolution. Yeah, fully explorable procedural cities. I'm not sure when they say fully explorable, I'm not sure to what level procedural cities will be explorable. They'll definitely be viewable, and probably to some extent you'll be able to fly near them. And they'll have explorable zones on them, so probably not fully explorable if that's a big city planet like Terra or Earth or ArcCorp. So just bear that in mind. Maybe like flight corridors that you have to fly down to go and land, and then there'll be hero landing zones which will be highly detailed, but you're not going to be able to run around the whole city and every building be runnable, innable. I can't. Those are lots of words that ables. How do you get a buyback pledge token? Every 3 months they give a pledge token to your account, but you can only have a maximum of one. And these these buyback tokens allow you to buy back a ship that you previously melted with your own store credit, using store credit. And you can always buy back ships with cash. If you want to use store credit, then you have to use a buyback token. You get one every 3 months, but you can only have a maximum of one at any time. The next time they are attributed to your account is October 6th. So just bear that in mind. If you wanted to buy back a ship, buy back it now. And then you've got another buyback token on the 6th. I'm reading YouTube chat and Twitch chat simultaneously. See? Up on the screen. What are your I'm a few minutes behind those, so I apologise. What are your thoughts on planetary drop ships being in game? Yeah, I like the idea of drop ships. I want them to redo the Redeemer. I like the idea of drop pods. I like the idea of jump packs. I'm not a massive fan of the idea of parachutes. We'll have to see what CIG's intention is as we move closer to base building and attacking static defenses on ground and attacking and boarding large ships and stuff. So I like all the ideas at the moment. There's lots of cool stuff that people are saying with boarding and assaulting and drop pods and that sort of stuff. But I'm reserving judgment until we have a little bit more of the game out. So look, some people like to hate stuff on the internet, and that's fine. It's all good. Like, just ignore people if someone's bringing an argument which is clearly a troll argument. Just ignore them. Don't engage them. But always remember that more information is always good. If someone's got an opposing opinion from you about stuff, that's fine. Just allow them to have that opinion. It's all good. How do you think these ground vehicles can defend themselves against aerial attacks? So I think what I want is that flying an atmosphere for ships should be quite brutal. So the idea I want is that if you get hit in atmosphere when you're flying around, that it might not necessarily damage your ship, but it can knock your ship off course. So you're flying around, you get hit by a missile from a ground vehicle, and you're very likely to crash if it hits you in a certain way, or you're not prepared for it. So it will just knock you to the ground or whatever. So your IFCS, your computer system that governs your thrusters, can't react quick enough or work out what the hell's going on. So that's the sort of stuff I want. So the idea would be is that ground combat and ground vehicles have quite an advantage of those ships because they're not going to crash because they're already on the ground. But I think there's going to be other stuff as well. I think that potentially shields might not work in the same way in atmosphere. There might be static defenses. There might be base buildings that stop shields from working. EMPs on the ground. There's loads of potential cool stuff. I mean, EMP missiles being fired from ground vehicles and stuff that could knock ships out. Maybe that's a thing. It's not fleshed out enough yet, but it's cool that we can talk about it and keep ideas in mind. A lot of stuff I literally talking about stuff on the streams and on the podcasts and stuff helps me decide what I'm doing content-wise over the next few months, but also in the future, it's like on a big list of stuff that I go, oh, that was actually a good idea for this problem now. And had a chance to sit in Spectrum recently. Any news on the Mustang rework, specifically the Omega? They talk about the Mustangs in general. Mustangs are being reworked, and there was talk about the Mustang Beta. It being more functional and it being quite cramped at the moment. So not really much on the Mustangs other than they are going to receive a rework. Not as an aggressive rework as the Cutlass Black, I don't believe. Same as the 300 series. They're getting reworked, but they're not going to be these massive, huge reworks like the Cutlass got. Do you know how borrowing ships might work? Can you borrow a friend's ship without the game thinking you stole it? I think it only thinks you stole it once it's been reported stolen via your insurance app. So someone can steal your ship, but until you go I'm claiming on this insurance, it's not stolen. That's how I'd assume it would work in 3.0. Obviously, you can lock ships as well. So potentially if a ship's locked and someone else tries to use it, maybe that would make them a criminal. COD had mentioned ice caves on Yella. Will these be on 3.0? I don't think that the caves and holes and underground caves and underground sea caves and stuff like that are going to be in 3.0. So just be aware of that. The current bug status is one bug. Literally one critical bug before it goes to Evocati. I currently use a keyboard and mouse for Star Citizen. I am going to be getting it. I've used toy sticks before. I really like mouse and throttle. I actually really enjoy that. The T16000M is a really sexy HOTAS. The FCS one. It's just cheap and it does its job and it feels relatively good quality. And that throttle's actually pretty good. I've used a Warthog. I've used pretty much all of the big, the X55, X56. Used all of those HOTAS and the throttles and stuff, and I quite enjoy them. It's just some of the cheaper ones are just great, like that. That's T16000M is just awesome. It's an awesome piece of kit, really fucking cheap, but what it is. But mouse and keyboard at the moment, just for ease of use. I'm probably going to try and get a Wooting keyboard because they've got the pushy. Push sensitivity stuff, analog-y keys, so I can use that as a throttle instead. So, I don't think nav beacons certainly aren't coming in 3.0. So nav beacons will allow us to navigate the verse a bit easier. We're able to place beacons down, use them to as warp locations, as quantum travel locations. They'll need to be serviced. You'll be able to see them on your star map. And you can share that location. They're also destroyable, and people can hack them and stuff as well. So there's going to be cooler things you can do with them in the future. But I don't think they're coming with 3.0. Almost certainly coming in 3.1 though. The other thing is service beacons. Now, service beacons are how you'll give like distress signals and calls. We'll say, I need refueling, I need picking up, come here and help me, or whatever. So that's coming soon. I don't think it's going in 3.0. I think it's coming in 3.1 as well. I'm using a 1080 Ti, but it's not always flawless because I do weird shit with upscaling and lots of weird stuff. Will there be no fly areas? You can only enter by foot or ground. Yes. There will be those no fly areas in that. There like be environmental hazards in 3.0 that prevent you from landing. Basically, in going forward, there'll be static base defenses. There'll be ground defenses on the ground and stuff to prevent you from flying there, or environmental hazards and other bits and bobs. So there'll always be reasons to land nearby something and get out and go out on a vehicle or on foot. I don't know how the system for sharing coordinates without placing a beacon will work. You can probably do that and say, come to me. I'm not sure if you'll be able to, you might be able to give exact number coordinates. But if you can give exact number coordinates, then that negates the need to have a nav beacon. But maybe the fact you need a nav beacon is because stuff rotates in orbits. Because even in 3.0, we're going to have rotating orbiting moons and planets. And real day-night cycles and stuff like that. And if you're near a planet, you get pulled with its orbit and its rotation. So you don't have to worry about it moving massively away from you or anything. I'm a victim of hype as well. Like I'm really bad with this. I'm really bad with the hypes. Any words with all the updates? Has there been any mention of private servers? So with modding, APIs, private servers, and all that sort of stuff, it is something they will be doing. Just not in the short term. You have to wait a while. It's probably going to be after release. So we will get some cool stuff, and we will have the ability to do that, just not in the short term. Which is annoying, because I would have loved mods. People modding this game now would be insane. So, Tom, good question. Should I start playing Star Citizen after 3.0, or wait until beta/finished? It depends on what sort of gamer you are. If you want to get involved in the Star Citizen project, give your feedback, help guide where it's going. If you like reporting bugs, if you like talking about balance and fixes, if you like saying this is great, this is shit, I like survival mechanics, I hate survival mechanics, whatever, and help shaping the game, then play it with, get it with 3.0. If you want something a bit more fleshed out and an actual game to play with tangible gameplay, at least wait until the beta. A couple of years. I love the project. I fucking love the community, and I want to get involved, and that's why I started doing Star Citizen on my channel. I can only advise people getting the game at this stage if they want to get involved with the community, if they want to get involved with the project itself, and do cool stuff with the idea of just me saying, oh, I think this is overpowered, I think we should have this here, or I think we should change the way this works, or I don't like the way the reputation system works, let's flesh it out a bit more, whatever. And some of my ideas getting listened to and implemented is just insane. I think it's fucking great. Sorry, this has been answered before. Do you know if there will be a ship or even suit customization, such as colour, etc.? Yes. I'm not sure exactly what we're getting for 3.0. Customization in general, with your armour and your ship, you'll be able to modularly move stuff around, modular systems for your ship. You can put different parts of different armour on yourself, like that. I'm not sure if we're going to get different colours of armour in 3.0. But there will be aesthetic clothing and that sort of stuff. For ships, I suspect in 3.0 we're going to get a load of different skins that we can put on. The skin system's already there. They've been working on skins for a while, so expect skins. Someone's messaged me somewhere for something. I don't know where they. After 3.0, but I don't know when, we're going to have the ability to paint our ships with different colours. I'm not sure if we'll get different decals and stuff as well, or custom decals, but I think that is probably in the works. In some way, but yeah, you'll have to have your red and yellow ship if you want a red and yellow ship, and I suspect we'll be able to do that with your weapons and your armour as well. But there's definitely going to be skins for weapons, there's definitely going to be skins for ships, and there's definitely going to be the ability to paint your ship pretty much whatever colour you want. Can you explain how piracy will work? I'm kind of worried that a lot of people will do piracy, and it will be unplayable for people. Okay, so there's going to be certain areas of space, certain systems, which are significantly more PvP orientated and pirate orientated than others. There's going to be safe systems, probably Earth and Terra and stuff, really safe systems to travel around in. There's security there, there's the UE there, they'll go and wreck pirates. In the more fringe worlds, or UE systems where there's no real UE or security presence, yeah, there's going to be pirates. If you're doing high risk, high reward stuff there, where there's like really good mining and really good loot and stuff, yeah, that's going to be an issue, because pirates are going to go nom nom nom. Oh, it's people messaging me. It's too bad about going out for a drink. Thanks. Cool. I'm streaming. I'll poke you in a bit. Right, let's. I need to. Why does it make that noise? How do I turn the? I don't know how to operate Spectrum very well. Apparently, that's. But yeah, so there's going to be areas of space which are more dangerous than others, and that are more PvP orientated than others. So just bear that in mind. There are going to certainly be routes. If you want to do like expensive cargo runs, you're going to have to like ask for escorts and stuff. There are still going to be in the safe-ish zones. There's still going to be ways for pirates to quantum interdict you, pull you out of warp, and like silence everything in an area. They're still going to occasionally happen. Very rarely, I suspect, but that will still occasionally happen even in the safer zones. But in the super safe ones, pirates aren't going to be able to get into the systems. They're going to get fucking wrecked by security when they try and enter. So, risk rewards, if you want to avoid that, you just need to be aware that some of the tasty loot and super like lucrative cargo runs might be out of your range if you don't want a PvP. I've got 2 friends that are going to jump to Star Citizen with me without spending more than $70 or $80. What ships would you suggest the 3 of us have for a solid fleet? Good question. Avenger Titans? I mean, I would in the meantime, I'd just all grab starter packs with Mustang Alpha, and then try and wait until 3.1 and buy stuff. Buy your ships in game. Be my expectation. If you do want something a bit better, grab the Avenger Titan, because it's a great starter ship that does a bit of everything, better than the basic starters. It has relatively good armaments. It's got cargo bay. It's a bit modular, so you can upgrade to some other bits and bobs. I think that's a great place to start. Do you think the next queue will fit in a Aquila aside? Oh, I don't know. No. I think that the rover is pretty packed in. I don't think a Nox Q will fit in at the same time as a rover and an Aquila. You appear to be quite the celebrity for Star Citizen. Well, thank you, that dragon. As someone that's just found the game, should I wait for 3.0 release since everyone is talking about it, or try to play ASAP? If there's not much of a game at the moment. There's some cool little hints of genius and a little bit to play, a few hours of play. So you could, if you was wanting to sit down and play a game, wait until a 3.0 live build. There's going to be a lot more tangible gameplay there. But again, still not going to be a full game or anything. If you want to play a full game, check out stuff like, I'm sorry to say it, No Man's Sky is actually getting pretty good now. Elite Dangerous, that sort of stuff. They are fully fleshed out games at the very least. Star Citizen is, if you want to get involved with the project, then do. Otherwise, wait until beta. Possibly there might be loads of cool gameplay with 3.0 as well. So at least wait until 3.0, I'd say. How many players are there per server? Or is it one big server? Eventually, the plan is to have one big server. At the moment, it's only 24 players in a server. But that will change. They're going to get server meshing to link all the servers together. They're still working on the netcode and stuff. With after 3.0, there's patch 3.1 and 3.2. Obviously, that's how linear things work. They go upwards. If it's upward, there's things called object container streaming. There's lots of new network code and stuff that's coming online with bind culling, and there's lots of stuff that needs to be done. And there's lots of improvements that they're working on for the network code that will allow lots more players in the servers. So I'm expecting them to try and get 100, 200 players in the server, and then start to do the server meshing thing where everyone can be on the same server together, and basically multiple servers will run areas together. Do you think CIG are missing some important data gathering by not having direct players player payments in 3.0? Me, so much player-driven content revolves around this. Do you think CIG are missing some important data gathering by not having direct player-to-player payments in 3.0? Oh, so it's annoying that in 3.0 that there's I don't think there's mission sharing. You can do missions together, but it's only the person that's taken them that gets the money. I would like the sharing of Alpha UBC in game. I do think they're missing a trick. I think they should also be selling ships in game in 3.0 and not 3.1. That would make players play a lot more of the game. Thank you very much, Perry Hellion. You're a fucking legend. Thanks for the cheer. Very much appreciated. If I upgraded my Avenger Titan Renegade to a Buccaneer, can I acquire the Avenger Titan Renegade? What can I? Oh, can I reacquire? Okay. No. So it's an upgrade, so it doesn't appear on your buyback store. So you'd have to wait until it goes on sale again if you wanted to buy it again. But that said, they do very similar roles, the Buccaneer and the Avenger Titan. I don't think the Buccaneer has any cargo space. But if you wanted a fighter, a cheap but high spec fighter, Buccaneer's fucking great. I can't see mining in 3.1 and 3.2 report. It's coming with 3.1. Coming with 3.1, as are the buying of ships. What if I get stranded? A very shady part of the galaxy. How do you get out? So yeah, you'd put a service beacon down of a distress beacon, and then either a player or an NPC would eventually pick you up. That's the idea. I suppose you could die and then you'd respawn at the nearest hospital, planet, whatever. Nearest respawn zone in the full game, that is. Hey, Bored, off topic here, but are you guys over the UK? What's happening in Spain today? No, I'm not, but I will check out the news later. Thank you. I think that's quite important. Something quite important that's happened globally. I will check it out. Will Troy's be able to camp out? Troy's be able to camp out ICCs and stations. Troy's? I don't know what Troy's are. Sorry, my brain not working. Like pirates and stuff, or whatever. I don't. In Star Citizen, around the verse, weapons, the game's arsenal at 4:45 shows a lot of material missed before. Cool. Okay. Thanks. Anyone in the chat know what the last bug is? I believe it's to do with the persistent data cache and server crashing and instability, where the more players that were in it would crash much more frequently. So obviously that's not appropriate for an Evocati test. It's just basically server crashing. How long will I be able to upgrade my X1 so I have a good ship with lifetime insurance? Meaning, should I upgrade sooner or wait for more ship to upgrade to? You should be able to just wait until you find the ship you want to upgrade to. And I think you can wait basic up until near beta. Around when they release beta, and they'll give us a huge warning, they will stop doing ship upgrades. So you've got a while. You've got ages. You never need to panic buy or anything like that at the start, so just never do that. Like, bad thing to get into. You can get everything in game. I know that if obviously you spent a little bit of money and you want to make sure you're getting the most efficiency for your money, definitely. But you can wait and chill. While most agree that atmospheric flight needs work, what is your opinion of the model? I don't like any of it. Okay, so it definitely needs more weight to it. I need to get my hands on the Evocati build before I can give you more information on it. Obviously, I can't do the Evocati, but you know what I mean. So I need to get my hands on it to see what it feels like. I've been told that it feels like you're doing micro corrections and stuff. It feels a bit different when you're in atmosphere. Obviously, the Daymar, the planet they're on at the moment, you can see in the background, that has a lower gravity anyway, but obviously more gravity than space. So, yeah, I want more weight to it. I want dogfighting and fighting there to be quite brutal. I want it if you turn over, that you crash and that sort of stuff. So, yeah, it definitely needs a lot of work. And that's one of the things I'll be pushing for throughout. They need to get those flight mechanics in atmosphere perfect. Well, not perfect, but much better than they currently fucking are. And Star Citizen started off as that. Thank you very much. I love you. Oh my, there's a currency, I don't know what it is. So I told you to fuck off. So people pay me to tell me to fuck off. I think it's the joy of being a YouTuber and a streamer. So thank you. No declaring exterminus in Star Citizen, no. How long before we can do our own bike skins? I don't know. What? What is...
I am going to buy so
Oh my fucking god.
Ships.
Felix, thank you very much.
Thanks for the information. Keep up the good videos. I love them. Buy yourself a beer.
I will fucking buy myself a beer. Thank you. Thank you very much. Very much appreciated. I'm doing in a couple of weeks, I'm going to getting with my mates together. We're going to do an escape room experience where you get locked in a room and you have to solve the clues to get out, which should be pretty cool. And then we're going out for dinner. And I don't really go out socialising as much as I used to. I used to be a proper party animal. I was going like literally out at least 5 days a week. Drinking, heavily drinking, possibly alcoholic-based drinking. But yeah, anxiety and bipolar, and didn't know that I had it then. So probably the coping mechanisms. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. But thank you very much. That was thank you for the donation. I love you guys. Thank you. I am looking at buying another 32 gigs of RAM for my PC. But okay, we just finished a donation goal on the stream, which was like, I think we made $850 in the end, which is 125%, 25% more than I needed to buy a new CPU. So I'm waiting until the 8700Ks come out, the new Coffee Lakes, and then I'm seeing what their benchmarks are from third-party providers, and then seeing if I'm buying a Threadripper or one of them. I'm going to grab a new motherboard as well. And then I'm also going to grab one of the new Intel Optane drivers, which we'll talk about in a second, and 32 gigs more RAM, possibly a new case, stuff like that. And it's all, other than obviously the new case, it's all because for recording, for streaming, and that sort of stuff. Having a fucking sexy rig for 3.0 is going to really make my channel just superb. Or at least the videos and the quality of the streams and stuff. Might not make me any better quality. Or maybe it will make my face higher quality. Oh my fuck. Will the limited edition ships also be obtainable in-game, like the Freelancer Miss? Yes. All ships will be obtainable in-game, limited or not. You also be able to buy them off other players and stuff as well. In 3.0, can pirates stop players just jumping away when they come under fire? There will be ways of quantumly interdicting people, so preventing them from jumping and pulling them out of quantum travel, which you will have to deal with if it happens to you, or request assistance. So your cargo guy comes out, going along your beacon route that you've set.
So many
Thank you very much, Felix. I fucking love your face. Oh my god, thanks, Felix, for telling me to fuck off. It's the only real, I suppose, being a stand-up comic and being a YouTuber and streamer, It's the only job that you can have where people literally pay you to tell you to go fuck yourself. So thank you. Appreciated. But yeah, you'll be able to... You'll get pulled out of quantum travel sometimes with quantum indicting ships or something. They said there will be some way of quantum indicting people to pull them out of quantum travel. We don't know exactly what that's going to be. We don't know if that's going to be a ship. We don't know if it's going to be a component on a ship. We don't know if it's going to be something you deploy that pulls people out. But yeah, you get pulled out of quantum travel. You'll have to send a distress signal or deal with the pirates or get far enough away from them that you can go to quantum travel again. Do you think the Intel promo will focus on attracting new citizens or existing citizen benefits as well? I think it will be for both. We've heard a bit about the Saber Raven, and someone suggested yesterday that maybe buying the Optane drive. So Intel have a promotion that they're doing with Star Citizen on the 27th of October at CitizenCon, where Intel are releasing their new Optane drivers. So previously, there was these Optane drives which were cache drives, which you basically paired with another hard drive, and they made that hard drive operate really sexily, like really fast. But these are new Optane drives, which look to be a bit more like a proper hard drive, just incredibly fast, significantly faster than M2 drives and stuff. And that's what it looks like. So I think they're going to be pretty sleek, pretty good. So I'll probably get one. But I think that's probably going to be like you get a free ship with it, like the Saber Raven, probably a game package or something like that, because it's supposed to be optimized for Star Citizen. So some sort of promotion. We don't know exactly what. But yeah, all they need to do is to attract new people with it. Is have a game package with it as well. So you buy an Optime driver and you get a game package as well as the ship. All they need to do. But it will be more focused on existing citizens because it's CitizenCon they're releasing it, and CitizenCon is typically for it's a celebration of the game for the citizens that are already part of it. I suppose now they're starting to get a bit more mainstream Star Citizen. So, oh, that just jumped away from all the text I was reading. Oh no! I'm gonna go back up here. For warping into other solar systems, will there be warp gates? Yes, it'll be. In fact, that's how you do travel. It's going to be jump points, and you need a jump drive is different from a quantum drive. Quantum drive allows you to travel around your system. Think of it like impulse in Star Trek, I suppose. The speedy impulse of going between Earth and Mars and Pluto, or whatever. Yeah. Whereas traveling between huge distances between Alpha Centauri and Sol, you do it with a jump drive. And it would be a jump point as well. You'd have to go through an actual point which connects them. They're not in-game yet, and I don't suspect we'll actually have them in-game until beta. Or just before beta. Will I be able to purchase weapon modules and fit them in the persistent universe? Yes. You will be able to buy weapons and weapon systems in 3.0 and put them on your ship. And that's with Alpha UBC money you earn in-game. Unfortunately, if that ship gets destroyed, you will lose those items just because of the way 3.0 is going to work. You can buy them again, obviously. Thank you very much, Chaos. I fucking love your face. Let's have a look. What did you say? Bored, keep up the work. What do you think of the P-52 Merlin on the Constellation? Will it be usable in 3.0? A while ago, they talked about the intention being that Parasite fighters would be able to dock and undock in 3.0. I haven't heard much about it after that. So, maybe, unfortunately, is the best I can give you with that. If you're not in 3.0, probably in 3.1. I bought a Phoenix after 2 years of missing sales with 6 months insurance. And then the Luxury Cruiser came out, concept, and I bought that with lifetime insurance. Lifetime insurance. Keep the Phoenix, question mark? The 600i and the Phoenix are incredibly similar. I would go for one or the other personally. And yeah, that would be my suggestion. Does Star Citizen support 22 gigs of video memory in SLI? Yeah. Intel Optane or M2, Samsung Pro 920 and 960. We don't actually know with the new Optane drivers, the 900Ps, whatever the fuck they're called, what they're gonna be like. So I have to wait until we see third-party reviews of them. So wait until at least the end of October before deciding whether you're going to get Optane or an M2 Samsung Pro They might be incredibly expensive. That's always good to point out. If players can sell their ships to each other in game, do you think there'll still be a grey market in live? Yes. Most certainly, yes. There's always going to be a grey or a black market for games with selling stuff outside of game. Just because some people have got fuck tons of money, some people have or at least large amounts of disposable income for games. Some people want to operate in that way, and there's going to be for gold sales, and it'll be for ship and items. And some of it will be black market rather than grey market. Any news on updated space missions? We've seen so much on ground-based stuff, but nothing about space debris or missions. Yeah, there's the modular mission system supports stuff fully in space. We're going to see lots more derelicts and wrecks in space. There's going to be almost all, like 99% of the combat's going to be in space in 3.0. But yeah, there's lots going on in 3.0, the space missions and stuff. But it's going to be pretty simple mission-wise. Going to be go here and collect a box, go here and search this wreck, go here and kill these pirates, go here and kill this guy. They're going to be pretty simple missions. There's going to be lots of variants of that, but pretty simple. Super newbie here. Best place to get started. Overall, with many YouTube videos. I'm going to have to recommend myself. Me and Noob and STL Youngbud are probably some of the best places to start. We got this shit locked down, mate. We got this shit locked down. Let me link you my tutorial video, which will explain everything. How to get started if you're a new citizen. Bear with me. I've probably got it as a command, but I'm, as always, fucking shattered today. I apologise, I'm always fucking tired. I'm sorry, like, it's my lifestyle. I don't sleep much. Must watch starts this videos. There we go. Here we go, mate. Here you go, bud. If I can have that link. How we get started? Oh shit. Any news on the updated space? We just read that. How do you get a high chance of being invited to the PTU or Evocati and stuff? The more bugs that you... So, if you go on the Issue Council on the website and report bugs, get involved with adding to bug reports and prioritization of bugs, because you don't have to find the bug yourself. You can just get involved with it on the Issue Council. You're more likely to get invited to the PTU. Also, when you do get PTU tests, being active on those tests also increases your chances of being selected for Evocati and earlier PTUs. For Crucible, when the Crucible is released and what work is done for this ship. That's not a question. Well, it is a question because it's got a question mark after it. But it's... I don't think the Crucible is actually on any of the schedules they've given us recently, so I don't actually know. I'm suspecting it will be done in 2018, but I don't know. I will find out more about the Crucible, because obviously repair is a big thing. I suspect there's going to be a smaller repair ship as well. And we will, at some point, have repair in-game with hand-welding tools, moving out components and stuff as well. Board, can I borrow Connie for a day, please? Maybe? No? The giveaway this month is for a Constellation Aquila, donated by... Oh my fucking god, they've changed their name. It's really... Oh no. I like a dick. What's the name? Donated by an org. Stellar Enterprise. They changed their name recently, so it's confused me. So, if you're a subscriber on my YouTube channel and you make a comment on one of our videos, you have a chance to win a Constellation Aquila. Here is the link to last month's winner and all the details of the competition. Yeah. These are old, but put them in your builds. I'll have a look. I will have a look. Oh no, the motorized case is incredibly expensive. I'm thrifty as fuck. Like, it's like $2,000. Even if they sent me one, I wouldn't be able to hold it. Like, my thrift bot brain would be like, I must eBay this item. So I wouldn't ask for it. Seems to be an unpopular opinion, but in regards to atmospheric flight, if the IFCS can handle most of the complications in low gravity, I don't see any reason for it to change. I just want it to feel heavier. I want the combat in atmosphere to be more brutal and stuff. So there needs to be some changes, because otherwise there's no point in having aerodynamically designed ships and stuff. Like, But we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see. It needs to be in our hands first, and we'll see what feels best for gameplay, and everyone will have their opinion, and then the stuff will get changed because of that. I want the ships to feel heavier, but also I understand. From earlier. Will the damage model be changed to 3.0 so the ships don't blow up in the current build? Thank you very much, Thomas Atkinson. Fucking love your face. I like your potato face. Oh my god. How much will... Oh, fuck's sake. My potato. How much will 3.0 rely on Vulkan performance rather than DirectX? It won't rely on Vulkan performance at all because it's not integrated yet. Vulkan will be integrated in the future, but it is not integrated yet. We will get big performance gains, I believe, once they have integrated Vulkan. Starz is incredibly unfucking optimized. Yeah, so I'm not sure what different kind of damage models and stuff we're getting in 3.0. I suspect that ships might just blow up like they do at the moment, unfortunately. There will be death flourishes, they've talked about times to kill, increasing them, they've talked about ships being disabled, crippled, even if they're destroyed and not exploding, so that they can be salvaged and repaired, so that stuff is coming in the future, just probably not for 3.0. I think it's just raw deaths like we have at the moment. Possibly different flourishes for deaths. How do you see being a doctor or medic working? So I suspect that it'll be based on the tools you have at your disposal. You'll be able to stabilise people through some... There's fucking Disco Lander's fucking face. Be able to stabilise people that are on the ground, drag them, inject them with stuff to like stabilise them more or get them up on their feet quick. But I also suspect there'll be shock paddly type things to revive people, and it's all going to be based on your equipment that you have, but also there will be light minigame elements to that as well, and it might be as simple as looking at a guy and going, he's been shot here, I need to use this item on him. It doesn't give you the feedback until you actually do it, and some stuff might not work because, you know, he's broken his leg and you're trying to give him an adrenaline shot. You need splint or something. So expect some form of minigame, and expect it to be quite in-depth and important. I also suspect that sometimes you'll need to drag them back to your, like, a cutlass thread or some sort of proper area. The difference between being a field medic and being on a hospital ship. Do you know how effective the Hornet, Ghost, and Stealth Bomb will be in game at avoiding pirates and AI? If your system management's good, then probably pretty good. It's going to be hard to spot people if they are trying to go dark, if they turn their systems off. They're still going to be visually spottable, but the Ghost is black as well. It's going to be hard to see. So, probably pretty hard if you're good at managing your systems and managing the environment. Considering the resources, what is the most useful in your opinion? Carrack or Reclaimer? Totally different roles. Carrack, exploration, high tier. Reclaimer, salvage, high tier. They're both in my top 5 favourite ships. The Reclaimer is my favourite ship of all time because I've seen it at the office tour twice, and I was like, oh my fucking god, this ship's amazing. And it's like Treasure Hunter. It's like the Nostromo. It's a cool ship. So salvage and treasure hunting, Reclaimer for me. I like that, the idea of seeing something going, money! Bored. No, you cannot borrow a comic. Thank you! Will the ships you purchase in-game in 3.0 be gone when they go to 3.0? Yes, if they were purchased in-game money, yes, they will almost certainly be wiped. Your in-game money will be wiped, and your in-game purchases will be wiped between patches. The Alpha UEC stuff is for testing. Can I get permission to put a link? Just message it to me, mate. How do I get a higher chance of being invited to PTU? Actually, yeah, you can just fucking post it, Sniper. Fuck it, you asked. Just chuck it in. Okay. Okay. Can you hear my last question? You won't be able to be interdicted, as far as I'm aware, when you're in jump points. So when you're going through those jump warp nodey things, but we don't know the full gameplay of that. So I don't expect... Oh my god. Oh my god, thanks. Wow. Jesus Christ. I don't think there's going to be that big a picture on my screen. Do you feel weapons are under or overpowered in game? It depends on the ship, it depends on the weapon. There'll be more balance coming forward anyway, so I'm reserving judgment for a lot of stuff until 3.0 now. Love your staff. Will the NPC ships be boardable and stealable? Yes. Believe in 3.0. They also will. Love your star. Oh, yeah, that's literally you just there. I'm not sure what currency chuff is, but thank you. Any info on the Aegis Stalker? If its second entrance done by 3.0. I don't know. Are the Avengers getting... They're getting reworked or anything? I mean, they'll obviously get updated lightly, and they're getting a form of rework. It was just the door not working on the side and rear simultaneously, wasn't it? Yeah, they're probably working for 3.0. It's probably part of Item System 2.0. Has CIG ever discussed what their goal is for lifespan of Star Citizen? Yes, at least 10 years. And they plan on supporting it for at least 10 years. Hopefully significantly longer. Thank you very much, KW0311. You're a fucking legend. You always give me money every stream. I feel like a dick for, you know... I thank you. Appreciate it. I don't feel like a dick. No, you know what I mean. I love dick. No! No! Will we be able to sell what we purchased in the VD store in 3.0? No. I do believe that they have been talking about the possibility of allowing players to melt stuff purchased from the Voyager Direct store before the game goes live and stuff. So you should possibly be able to get a chance to do stuff like that, just not at the moment. Will Chris Roberts stay true to the fact that Earth is flat? Will we get a flat Earth? I don't know. Probably. I mean, if the Earth is clearly flat, then they can't fake that, can they? Oh my god. Please don't be a real question, Merky. You're the West. Do you think the Starliner will get another ship of the line in 2018? Another Starliner ship? You've hurt my brain. Because the ship of the line is a different thing, and the Starliner is a different thing. The Genesis Starliner. I think there's going to be 3 probably in total in the future. A smaller one and a larger one. That'd be my expectation, because I think that's what the law's supposed to have. I tuned in to hear Bored saying he loves Dig. God damn it. I knew that would come back to haunt me. The thing I said a few seconds ago. I do think there'll be prostitution. Nope. I do think there will be role players that do weird shit and cam shows for money. So if that's your thing, I'm sure you can find an org for it. But I don't think there's going to be like heavy sex or heavy adult stuff in game as standard. Will there be a way to track people through quantum travel and see their destination? Probably. There's going to be bounty hunting. There's going to be, I'm sure, tracking weapons and be able to scan people's signatures down if you know exactly what their ship is. So probably. Some of that gameplay hasn't been fleshed out at all yet. Do you think there will be surprises and stuff in 3.0 we don't know about? Yes, there's expected to be Easter eggy stuff. There might be a couple of extra surprises. The Saber Raven might be in because in the recent Bug Smashers we saw that it had in-game assets. So some people are rumouring that the Saber Raven might be a ship that you get with the new Octane drivers, or something that they show at CitizenCon, or there might be in 3.0. So just be aware of that. That's the newish rumours. I have almost the same specs, but Earth Troll in every stream. Yep. Remember, try and put it in brackets, question mark in brackets, so I can see it. The Force has one weapon, but the image shows a small weapon, different than the base model, under a larger weapon. I think that's just actually part of the weapon. Obviously, it's concept art as well, rather than anything else. Will the CIG ever trade on the markets, or is the plan for them to stay private? I think they're staying private as a company, although obviously they will explore all avenues that make sense for them financially. So, reputations really affect a person's gameplay, or is enough to discourage trolls? Reputation's going to be based on lots of different things. It's going to reputation per faction, reputation per station, reputation per NPC, that sort of stuff. So there's going to be systems to discourage trolling in general, and security, and horrible things that will stop people wanting to try ram each other's ships and stuff. So there will be other ways to discourage trolls, but reputation's a different system, a whole different thing. I will dance for money, Grim Jim. I mean, I really will. I really fucking will. What are your thoughts on lifetime insurance, and how much of an advantage will it be when the game goes live? We don't 100% know. CIG push the narrative that it's not that big a deal, but obviously in the sales, it's a perk. I kind of agree with that. It is going to make ships worth a lot more UEC in the longer run, definitely, because players will be like, because the lifetime insurance will follow the hull when you sell it in game. It follows the hull around, so it's going to effectively make that ship worth a lot more money. Insurance for the smaller ships is definitely going to be negligible. It's going to be tiny. And lifetime insurance is only going to cover the hull of the ship, so not any upgrades you do to it. You'll have to get separate insurance for that anyway. So if it's just for the hull on the smaller ships, it's negligible. It's going to be small. But over a long period of time, over like 10 years, it's probably going to be a good amount of UEC. That said, the larger ships and like the rarer ships with lifetime insurance probably are going to save you a few UEC by having lifetime insurance. So just kind of bear that in mind. I'll do videos about that more when we know more. My intention is to make sure that lifetime insurance isn't game-breaking, or well, definitely going to be game-breaking, but it isn't too much of an advantage. But I think it's just going to be for the hull. And your people will pay to get it expedited anyway, a lot of the time. What happens when you run out of fuel in a land vehicle? You'll have infinite fuel in land vehicles. You just won't have infinite boost. Do you think the 890 jump will include an X1 for recreation? It's a potential, but they didn't say that it would. I think the 890 jump contains 1 or 2 85Xs. But it would be cool to have an X1 in there, but I don't think it does as standard. Grab yourself one. What's the point of a hangar? Can people visit my hangar? They will be able to in the future visit your hangar. And your hangar will be part of the universe rather than a separate location. If you see what I mean. At the moment, it's a Thank you very much, Captain Kim. So, obviously, lots of people host me and stuff. Some of them are awesome. Most of them are awesome. Most of them are streamers. Captain Kim is one of the nicest Star Citizen streamers you'll ever meet. He's so polite. He's so friendly. He is English and Korean, and does a mixture of the both language-wise. But he's a joy to watch. The most polite man I've ever met. Or not met, but seen him stream. Thank you. Thank you very much, Scuba Steve, as well. Fucking legend. Just go and follow these people as well on the Twitches. I appreciate it. The statistics page shows the velocity weighing 200 kilograms, same as other variants. That's a mistake. I actually think they're not as heavy as 2,000 kilograms either. But the velocity is supposed to have a lighter hull, I believe. It's supposed to weigh less, and it's got that gun removed. It's gonna be faster as a ship. Pew! Talking about the Aegis Stalker, the Warlock apparently has its cockpit entrance ready, but the Stalker has not. Yes, the Warlock already has the side door of the Avenger opening properly. So hopefully the Stalker as well will work in 3.9. Board, what exactly are hangars for? They'll be for your storage of ships and items and stuff on multiple different planets and areas. And yeah, eventually you'll be able to share them with orgs and allow players to come there with you. And it's a good place to meet up with a group before you go out. Do you think there'll be mini-games and sports such as tennis, ping pong, snowboarding, swimming? I do think there's going to be some mini-games. I'm not sure if they're going to be purely physics-based or partly enforced. Obviously, there's going to be racing. Eventually, they'll have Satterball. But yeah, we've seen the...
Oh my God. I'm going to buy so many spaceships.
Thank you very much, Felix.
Will you be able to sell ships which you bought in-game and sell them on like a market? For real money? Will you be able to make real money? Like with rare items, guns, etc., etc. Now dance.
So yeah, Felix. I have to dance while I reply to this. I think CIG are not going towards the this fucking are going away from the like kind of players being able to sell stuff for IRL money. They've got the grey market though, so potentially you could do it, but it's not part of the game, and it's probably not part of the game culture that they want to promote. I wouldn't mind it though, because obviously I'd make money from it, because I'm going to be playing it effectively as a job, and I can exploit stuff because I'm a YouTuber. So, like I exploit my community and things. So I think they probably stay away from that. CIG are going to be selling UEC. They are going to be selling stuff like that to help prevent gold miners and that sort of stuff doing it as well. They'll be regulating that. So potentially, if you were sneaky and CIG don't change their mind on the grey market, you could. I would advise not planning for that though. And don't think it's going to be that kind of game, but maybe. I wouldn't plan on it though, because CIG at any time could just go, no, I'm not allowing that. just be aware of that. They tolerate the grey market. Do you think there's going to be lots of ships that don't have jump drives, excluding bikes? Yes, there's going to be loads of snub ships. So the P-52, the P-72, the Argos. There's going to be quite a few ships that are parasite ships or whatever that don't have jump drives or don't have quantum drives or both. Just bear in mind that. A lot of ships will, the larger ships will be able to be upgraded to have quantum drives or jump drives or both. They have to at least be able to have quantum drives. Like, you're not going to be able to get a ship with a jump drive that doesn't have a quantum drive. Bear that in mind as well. Like, jump drives are for moving between systems. Quantum drives are for between moving within a system. Thank you very much. Thank you for all the love and the thank you. Like, I get very thank you. There's lots of lovely comments today. What are you going to CitizenCon? I am planning to go to CitizenCon.
I'm going to buy so many spaceships.
For that dance.
Thanks, Keep the Burger. Thank you. That's why I stream and to dance. Thank you. I'm planning to go to CitizenCon. There's some issues. I'm caring for my brother, and I've got some other things that I need to do, but I'm not sure if I'll have to do them then. So what I'll do is I'm going to have to reorder my ticket for flights, which might be expensive, and reorder a hotel. And then I'll have to keep some money in reserve for emergency shit in case I have to change the time around. I might not be able to go. I was thinking about putting it as a donation goal on my channel, but there's still, even if I had a fuck tons of money for it, and didn't have to entirely worry about money at all, if someone gave me like 10, 20 grand, there's still a possibility I wouldn't be able to go on the day, sort of thing, because I'd have to be caring for my brother, or I'd have to, whatever. So, that's an issue. So, I'll try. I will genuinely try and go to CitizenCon. I really want to go. There's an all-day event on CitizenCon, it looks like, as well. It's going to be very exciting. You should make your name Bored Potato. Potato Gamer. It's Tactical Potato. Thank you very much, Tactical Potato. Thanks for the money. Yes, look at my beautiful potato head. Maybe I'll make a potato emote, especially for the YouTubes. As well, I have to make it for Twitch as well.
I am going to buy so many spaceships.
Thank you very much, Felix.
For his comment.
How will taking live bounty hunting targets work? There are going to be stun batons and handcuffs in game. They're called advocacy tools. They were available with the Cutlass Blue in the original sale with it. We don't 100% know how bounty hunting is going to work. I suspect with NPCs, yeah, very much so. Stun them, trank them, handcuff them, their cargo. With players, I don't know. Because obviously bounty hunting will be a thing. Maybe you won't be able to bounty hunt players. Maybe it will only be kill on sight on players. But that would be like the... I don't know. What are the differences between boost, standard, and quantum fuel? So, standard SCM mode, that's your normal speed. Boost allows you to go up to what previously was your cruise speeds. It allows you significantly more speed, but uses boost fuel, which is kind of regenerated by your ship. As you travel with space, you kind of create it by traveling. But that can be an incredibly slow process. And you need that, but once you get up to your top speed, like from your 200 normal speed to 600 using your boost, you could stop using your boost and you'll still travel at that 600. Quantum travel fuel is the fuel and the most important of the fuels that allows you to travel between long distances in space. Once that fuel is gone, unless you have a way of, like, unless you're like a starfarer and able to mine it out of gas clouds, you are stuck there. If you're stuck where you are, and you'll need to buy either more fuel or request a distress signal a starfarer to come along and refuel you or whatever. Exploration and discovery of new systems. What's the state of development of this new feature set? Some of the planet creation tech makes it sound like they'll be difficult to realise. The CitizenCon, apparently the theme this year is exploring new worlds and planets and universes and stuff. So we will know a lot more about the exploration and discovery. Oh my god, thank you.
Thanks for being a great source of SC info.
Grace, thank you very much. And thank you for everyone. Thank you very much. That's very much appreciated. $20 is a lot of fucking money. $10 is a lot of money. $1 is a lot of fucking money. It's all fucking money. Thank you. Thank you so much. And thank you for all the love and the support today. Like, thank you. Really fucking appreciate it. But CitizenCon, the theme is exploration. So on the 27th of October, I suspect we'll know more about the exploration and discovery of new systems. It's going to be in the game, and exploration with the Carrack and loads of other ships is a major, major part of the game. So expect it to be relatively in-depth, even though there's only going to be like 100 systems, and it's not like Elite Dangerous or No Man's Sky where there's billions of systems that you can explore. But these are highly detailed areas. There's going to be a lot going on in each system. Like each system is going to potentially, each planet in a system is going to be potentially hundreds of hours of gameplay each. So just be aware of that. It's highly detailed. Whatever happened to that Ender's Game version of the FPS? So that's called Satterball. It should be coming in the future. They totally canned it for a while. It was made, I believe, incorrectly. I think there was issues when they got Elphonic to make Star Marine and Satterball. It was made at a different scale, or something went wrong, and they got it and they went, we can't use any of this. I think that's what delayed Star Marine by a significant amount. What's your honest opinion of the X1? Every time I look at it, I want it to fly backwards. It confuses me as well sometimes. I think it looks cool. I'll probably get one because someone will probably donate one to me or something like that. This normally happens. Thank you very much, Tony Marks. But I'm happy with the Dragonfly. I'll probably give any of the ones I get away. Thank you very much. Let's have a look at what you said. Sorry. How lucrative do you think luxury escorts will be? And do you think it will be viable? I can't see the players wanting it. And how common will VIP NPCs be? I don't really know. They haven't fleshed out the gameplay. There's got to be, obviously, a demand for it. And can't be just incredibly easy just to transport an NPC from one place to another. Otherwise, you'd have to make a load of fucking money constantly. I don't really know what it's going to be like. I mean, I've got an 890 jump, and I do want to do that as gameplay. I also want to get a Genesis Starliner because I like the idea of just general NPC transport of lots of people. I suspect you'll probably get paid by keeping that VIP happy throughout the journey, so attending to his needs. It's not fluffing him or anything. That's like feeding him and entertaining him or whatever with VIPs. Maybe have to run parties and have certain food stocked and lots of shit going on. And then go to the right areas and do stuff at certain times. It might be you have to give tours and things, star systems and shit with them. I don't know. It's an interesting thing though, isn't it? It's like, I like the idea of that gameplay, but I have no idea really how it's going to work. Has CIG said anything about how they will combat cheaters and bodders? Not really. It's obviously something they need to ban and need to prevent, but I don't know how they're going to do it yet. We'll have to wait and see. Which other role do you expect for the Crucible? Well, it's going to be repair, probably light salvage as well. Obviously, it can repair larger ships. It can repair the stuff in the hangar. It's going to be for outfitting ships as well. Like you get Hornets flying in there to get their equipment changed. If you bought a ship before release, will we be able to lose it after release? Yes. With lifetime insurance stuff, you'll always be able to, I believe, claim it on insurance. But you'll be able to claim the hull, and the stock items. Anything else you put on it would be lost unless you bought more insurance for it, and that will be after release, so you don't have to worry about it. Will there be a space traffic controller in game? There's definitely NPCs that will do that role, and there's going to be player-based building, and I suspect that if there's base building, there'll be large enough setups and bases that you need some people to help with the air traffic control type stuff. So it might not just be an NPC thing. We don't know. Will the Hope class be for sale again? The Endeavour almost certainly will. I suspect that the Hope class will be available for it. The modules will be, at least. When they start to get those modules done, they'll want to sell that. It makes them money. And the Hope is a cool ship. Ivana, thank you very much. Thank you for all the subs and stuff. Thank you. I know people are starting to sponsor on YouTube as well now. That's fucking cool. We'll have to explore that system together.
I'm going to buy so many spaceships.
Thank you very much,
what
Felix.
About SQ42? Any updates on that? Release date? How much game hours will it have?
I think they said 70 game hours. I think someone said that. It's chopped up into multiple chapters and things, but it's the Squadron 42 episode 1. I believe it's 70 hours of gameplay. Someone correct me if that's incorrect. It's going to be replayable. There's going to be different things that happen when you replay, different things to explore with your crewmen and crew peoples. There's no real new information on it. I went on a studio tour a couple of months ago, and I did see some cool stuff with it, which I obviously can't share, unfortunately. Hopefully we'll see some stuff at CitizenCon. I don't see why not. but there may be a reason. Squadron 42 will go to the schedule report at some point, and it will have some traditional advertising at some point, and hopefully it will appear at CitizenCon. So that's all I can unfortunately say at the moment. But thank you very much. Thank you for this continued support. Like, yeah. But you can put your questions in normally, Felix, and I'll try and answer them. You don't have to pay constantly. Thank you. Is Cargo still in 3.0? I've not seen any gameplay for it a while. Yeah, Cargo's still in 3.0. Cargo transport and selling of that cargo, trade. Just not trade with other players. There's also looting of ships when you blow them up. Loot will explode out of them. I do think the Terrapin will be able to hold its own in a fight. I think it will be able to hold its own while it retreats. It's going to be really tanky, but it's not going to be. It's not for fighting dedicated dogfighters. Like Super Hornets will be more agile than it, and they will be able to pound it. And if it doesn't get away, if it's not going to just be able to stand there and take it forever. The idea is the Terrapin will retreat to its fleet or retreat to an area, or just the enemy will get bored after a while of shooting it for a while. If I buy a package of 3 ships that come with lifetime insurance, then trade one of them with the packages, will the new ship that I traded retain lifetime insurance? Yes. Have I gone back up to the top or something? What's the time? Okay, we're a few minutes behind. Is it likely that we'll have... that the all-day nature of CitizenCon is linked to having people play the vertical slice? I don't know. Potentially. I suspect the exploring planets and stuff is more stuff with being able to talk to the devs, having some stuff to play there, showing some like new planetary tech and stuff for the future exploration possibly, and yeah, probably like having the Optane drives and other partners there, and Faceware testing that tech out maybe. I don't know. I don't really know. Will playing with mouse and keyboard be possible and good? Yes, that's what I'll be using because it's the simplest option, and I'll be talking game and making videos and moving around and doing lots of stuff quickly. Like it's not as good immersion wise. Using a stick and pop a HOTAS setup and VR and face over IP and stuff will be the most immersionful, but it's not the most practical. And I'm quite practical when it comes to games actually. He said CIA. We already talked about that. What you just want me to wax the top of my head? PC payload. Is that what you want?
I'm gonna buy so many spaceships.
What are your thoughts on BoredGamer? Is it worth a trip across the Pennines for? Keep up the great work.
I'm a little bit biased with CitizenCon, with BoredGamer because I founded it with Chris and John Lepage, and now it's evolved into something a lot bigger, which is great. And Chris Franklin still runs it himself. I just provide support wherever I can, which is mainly me drinking and just promoting. So I think it's amazing. I think it's an amazing event. I think you should definitely come down for the next one. Like 100% come down for the next BoredGamer. It is really fucking good, and they're getting bigger and better. And the next one is going to be... They're all going to be special, but the next one's going to be pretty big and special. Loads of devs there. We'll have panels. It's a great, cool... as long as you like drinking, or at least socialising, they're amazing. They're amazing. So yes, I heavily recommend it. Once they get 3.0 in a solid state, how long do you think it will take for the updates to happen? Every few months? I suspect we'll be getting updates significantly quicker. We've got the Delta patch coming in 3.0, which allows their patch methodology to be quicker if they want it to be. We'll certainly be getting hotfixes, smaller updates, balanced stuff. Just they could do that every week if they wanted to. They could update that. With ships and game mechanics, 3.0 is the foundation of so much stuff. Yeah, we'll be getting patches a lot quicker than we have been in the past. Certainly couldn't be any fucking slower in 10 months, could it? Eh? Not salty at all! Will there be special events such as wars between two factions, making certain tasks difficult in certain areas? Yes, they're going to do stuff like that. There's going to be big story arcs, there's going to be big story events in the future, there's going to be plot twists, and there's going to be news, and there's going to be loads of stuff. So yes. Expect big stories.
So many spaceships.
What's your favorite ship and why?
The Reclaimer is my favourite ship. It's got a huge amount of gameplay, obviously, with salvaging and treasure hunting. It's fucking massive. I've seen it in both the studio tours I went to, and it looks amazing. It's got the Nostromo feel. It's very... I know it's ageist, but it feels very Drake. It's very robust, industrial. There's something about that. I love industrial and economic gameplay, and the idea of like looting and treasure hunting with it, salvaging, and doing lots of other stuff with it. It's got drones. It's the Chompy Bay is cool and chompy. It's fucking awesome. It really excites me the most. The Carrack's still pretty high there. The Banning Merchantman's pretty high there. The Orion's pretty cool. I'll probably get quite excited for the Orion once we know more about the strip mining stuff. But and even the Endeavour. I mean, the Endeavour with all its science stuff is cool. I love economy. I love industry. I love science. I love all that stuff. Bored, in your opinion,
choose a sound for being hosted, so I decided to use this.
Which has the potential to be more interesting, the Endeavour or the Reclaimer? Probably the Endeavour, more interesting because there's going to be so many more modules for it. The Reclaimer, if you it's probably going to be more action-packed in my opinion. Like, you're going to be able to do cool stuff with salvage, you're going to be able to do treasure hunting. It's much more prospecting for cool loot in the verse. Whereas the Endeavour, probably more interesting and you can keep on changing its role. And you can have it as a hospital ship, you can have it as a big science ship, you can have it manufacturing drugs, you can have it exploring, there's lots and lots you can do with the Endeavour, potentially. What kind of items and commodities will be able to find in 3.0? Lots of different items and commodities. There's going to be lots. The crates in your cargo bay are all going to look the same though, unfortunately, but it will appear in your console and the kiosks when you buy and sell them as different items. You also be able to find like other loot as well that you can pick up and drop in your cargo bay. But there's going to be quite a lot. Will I have any social life from the gamers out? So I expect for a lot of people this is going to be like similar to WoW when WoW came out, and a lot of people are just going to go, I fucking love the game, and kind of like live out on it. We'll talk about stuff like that when it comes up to it. Like if I feel that I'm playing or the community's playing it unhealthy amounts or anything, then we'll start to talk about it. Like take vitamin D supplements. If you're not in the sun for too long, take these vitamins. Will you be joining the League of Linguists? If so, what language are you looking forward to getting your hands on? Mine will be Vanu. I'm dyslexic. I'm really terrible with the languages. I'm trying to learn German again at the moment, actually. I just haven't had much time to do it. Question, will there be stations in-game? Stations. Oh, there's going to be pets. There's going to be pets. I just don't know how they're going to work. They might just be in your hangar and stuff. I am looking forward to... for the Xi'an language the most. I don't actually know. Actually, probably Tavaran. I like the Japanesey kind of Tavaran-y stuff. I don't know. That's a good question. Thanks you, Kremlin. I don't know. Well, I'm bad with languages, IRL. Buy the Freelancer, the Lancer of the Free. Thanks, Taz. We don't know how far the last bug is coming on at the moment. For literally one last bug before, and they discover any more before 3.0 goes to the Evocati for the first build, which is going to be great. Obviously, there's going to be new sets of bugs. So as soon as that Evocati build goes live, there's going to be a new set of bugs that they're going to be focusing on. So you'll see the schedule report go from 0 to Evocati first release, but it will also say 30 bugs or 20 bugs or something, and they'll explain why. And they'll be focusing probably on like cargo. They'll be like, we're trying to fix these cargo bugs in the moment, as well as the bugs that the Evocati discover. I've got a question for you in your video regarding the Evocati. You said that if you are active at bug reporting and good at finding the root of the issue to be followed, as well as making them reappear granted Evocati access. The thing is, I'm a new backer and only have access to 2.6. They've done a brand new rewrite. So all you need to do is just get as involved as you can on bug reporting in 2.6.3 and whenever you get a PTU test. Help prioritize bugs, because you can literally just go, this bug is important. You can add to bug reports that are already there, explaining how you got your, how that bug occurred for you.
Buy so many
Thank you very much, Maka. Thank you very much. You fucking didn't even have a message. Thank you. But yeah, just get involved with the issue council, and that's what you got to do. And then you'll get the PTU builds earlier. You'll get Evocati eventually if you're one of the top like 1,000, 1,500 people that do that. Ooh, what would you be prepared to do to get your own statue in Star Citizen? I mean, that would be fucking cool. People wouldn't know if it was me or not because, like, I look like the original pilot when I shave. So I don't know. I mean, it'd be fucking cool, wouldn't it? I mean, maybe dedicate my entire work life to it for 3 or 4 years, and then like more than 10 afterwards. Fucking. Will players have nameplates, or will it be obvious who's an NPC and who isn't? So I think there's going to be ways of like broadcasting your name. So it's probably likely that you'll have your mobiGlass in like combat mode and social mode. And when it's in social mode, it will like broadcast who you are if people are near you in social mode as well. So you go, oh, that's Dave. Oh, I can see his name. He's a player. If it's not on, then I suspect it will only tell you if someone is an enemy or not, or unknown. And you'll have to either get very close to see their name or interact with them. I don't suspect you'll be able to see miles away if someone's an NPC or a human. It doesn't matter whether just if you have a look on the bug reports and stuff and look at them, you'll see which bugs are like hot topics as well at the moment. I think that CIG are very far with Squadron 42. I do, however, think that they are trying to get AI subsumption really nailed down. They want that AI to be fucking amazing. And that planetary landings and the planetary tech delayed everything by about a year. Because they want to get planetary tech and planetary missions and stuff in-game. Because, fuck you, feature creep, but it's the last of the great feature creep. And I did want it in-game, it's just annoying. It's like delayed it significantly. What's to stop me letting pirates steal my ship for a price and claim back on insurance? Nothing. I do think that if you try to do that too often, or you could be potentially find out, you would lose the ship entirely and become a criminal, probably. If you did it exploitative outside of the game, it might be bannable offense. In-game, it's probably like if they discovered it or whatever, then you might lose the ship. Just be aware of that. There will be things to prevent that sort of stuff. Artog's going to be able to create... What? Fuck you! Fuck you. I'm not sure if I better find that question again. I apologise. I was looking at using my reclaimer for exploration once it comes out. Yeah, I think it's going to be relatively long range as a ship. It's fucking big. I do think it's going to be okay for exploring. Exploring with the treasure hunting / munching and salvaging kind of vibe. Yeah, as long as that's one of the things you want to do. Let's question more of a statement request. Please ensure to do a video specifically touching on the new findable Rex in 3.0. Yeah, we'll do all of the content for 3.0. But yes, any recommendation for content for 3.0 will go in my big list of stuff. We're back in 2012, but stepped out for a few months. We're certainly getting there. The scope of the game has changed massively, Davey. And I love it for it, but not everyone will. Will you be able to collect death ship or player or NPC death ship? Sorry, I don't know what that means. I apologise. With the inevitable conflict between PvP and PvE styles, how do you think Star Citizen will manage to keep both groups happy? There'll just be areas in space. You have to be aware that players can gank you in certain areas, and that certain areas are going to be dangerous. Certain systems are going to be significantly dangerous than others. Other systems, you're going to need escorts in certain places. NPCs could gank you as much as players could. I just suspect that the more PvP areas will be higher risk, higher reward on the edges of space, or in certain systems, so you'll be able to effectively avoid them. They'll keep on refining it until a lot of people are happy. Not everyone will be happy, certainly. Do you think the tumbrel will make something that will fit into the Cutlass 2.0? Well, the tumbrel's actually, like, let's have a look at this. Blah, blah, blah. Where is... No. No. Bear with me. Let's go back to Reddit. Star Citizen. Oh, some people have messaged me. Oh, someone's messaged me that's watching me at the same time on Reddit. I am looking for the ground vehicle edition of ground. So someone made a picture of all of the different... Maybe it's on my desktop? Yes, it fucking... No, one of them is... Did I put it in the news? No, I'm sorry that I'm in my own thing. So I'll show you what I'm looking for. Oh, no, this is actually the one I'm looking for. Cool. Back. So, you see the Grey Cat Buggy, how small it is. See the Cyclone, Nox, and this is taken from a mixture of the stats from the SIP Matrix, but also the Hollow Viewer models of the bikes and stuff. So we can see the Argo. We can also see the way it scales down to the Nox and the X1, and the Grey Cat Buggy, and the Cyclone, and the Ezza. I thought it was pretty cool. I don't know where the link to that is, unfortunately. That's I actually have on my desktop. And we'll talk about this later. But I don't know. Tumblr are going to be making another vehicle by the end of the year. They'll go on concept sale. I'm not sure what that's going to be. Thank you very much, Taz. Is it painful to skin a ship? I mean, it's skin. No. So skinning a ship is referred to as like painting a ship. Okay, it's painting, not skinning. Not flaying. No flaying of ships. 3.0 should be out this year, yes. It should be out within the next couple of months to a live build. Almost certainly. Will news reporting be a job? Yes. Don't know how it's going to work exactly. Christian, it's possible that it could be like Twitch, and the more people that are watching you when you're doing stuff in game, because you're with the render to texture and secondary viewport tech, you're literally about to broadcast to channel or network inside the game, and it will both appear on other people's TVs or Mobi glasses and stuff. So there's potential for that. And you could do live stuff. You could do stuff in game with the face over IP stuff. You could record battles. You could record races. There's lots of ways it could work. I don't know how it's going to work. How long do you estimate there will be between the Evocati and the Race to Us? Up to 2 months would be my expectation. Don't know though. Potentially it could be a few days, or it could be several months. I don't know. As soon as we've got 3.0 in my hands, I'll be able to give a better guesstimate of stuff. Do you reckon Star Citizen will ever have stories made by players that feature on PC Gamer? Like even out? Oh god, yeah. Star Citizen's going to be a big fucking game, man. That sort of shit will happen loads. There'll be big controversies and stuff as well in games, like people stealing stuff and people killing characters or betrayals and stuff. Of course, there will be almost exactly the same stories as well. I hear you can mount ships that have lifetime insurance. You may not want to get the ship as limited insurance to get the lifetime insurance. Spain has. If you get a ship with a lifetime insurance, you can then. Sorry. Oh no. No. Bear with me. So let's go here. You buy a ship like this one, this X1 with lifetime insurance, and you go to ship upgrades. And when the ship that you want to buy to upgrade to, so say I want a Super Hornet, when that ship's on sale, I can go in here, I can upgrade my, pretend this yellow jacket is the X1, this yellow jacket has lifetime insurance, and I can choose the ship I want to upgrade to, so that's, see Super Hornet is on sale at the moment, let's say the Constellation Aquila, and then I can buy the upgrade. And obviously here it's a lot more because I've got to pay 20% VAT. But then when I apply that upgrade, my ship has lifetime insurance that I've upgraded to. Yeah, some players were just going to be 99% into PvP, but obviously there's Star Marine and Arena Commander for them. Obviously some of the players are going to be heavily into it, or pirates, and they're going to want to try and get the most juiciest players and NPCs that they want. Remember, there's going to be 9 NPCs to every 1 player. So a lot of the time, pirates are going to be munching NPCs up. What's going to be your daily driver? For me, it's my fleet. Cutlass Black. Oh, okay. Probably Saber? I don't know. I don't really know. Why does Origin remind me of BMW? I can sort of see that. Maybe. It's because the people that drive them are normally pricks, that's why. I don't really know what my daily ship's going to be to drive, to be honest. It'll be different as the game progresses as well. I don't know. What's your favourite colour? That kind of changes. I love white and black. I love certain colours of yellow. It kind of changes quite regularly. Hi again. Just curious how much storage space Star Citizen needs. It's going to need about 30 to 35 gigs for 3.0. In the future, we don't know. We don't know. People have estimated 100 gigs. Squadron 42, we don't know when it's going to come out. We don't know. We'll know. Hopefully, we'll know more at CitizenCon on the 27th October. So, in 26 days. Will there be skins for the Constellation Andromeda? There should be some new stuff in 3.0 skin-wise, but we're going to be able to paint our ships in the future. And I suspect we're going to be able to get some pretty cool-looking skins in the future as well. What's the favourite mental health charity you want to donate some dollar? Okay, so there's Mind. So at the moment, obviously, Special Effect are big, but they're children's disabled charity. They basically create gaming peripherals for children with profound multiple learning difficulties and disabilities and stuff like that. So they're a fucking great charity. My brother's hemiplegic, so always up for giving to them. Mind are an amazing charity, and so are No Stigmas. They are great mental health and anxiety charities.
I am going to buy so many.
Thank you very much, Gangster Bear.
Do you think you can get exotic Italian ship skins that have been processed at the finest Italian tanneries to make really expensive luggage and accessories out of? Kappa.
Like Prada, yes, I do think. Actually, I make DC happy. DC is Italian, deathcore, and he's going to be playing lots of Star Citizen with me once it's significantly more playable and stable. So those are the guys I play like VR games with and other games with. Zen and G will play anyway, even if it's buggy as fuck. But Deathcore, in Kit, Noodle, they want more stable games. Yeah, Italian luggage. Why not? Let's fucking do it. Let's make it in game if it's not already in. What size of ship can fit the garage of the Crucible? I think up to like the standard fighter size. So you'll be able to get Super Hornets in there. You should be able to get Sabres in there. Assume it's got a one fighter sized bay. You're going to use your reclaimer to salvage ships you disabled. I'm not really nom garbage woman person. I'm not up for necessarily killing people in their ships. I mean, they can pay you and go, okay, pay me to not munch up your ship. I don't know. Have you played Cuphead? No, I saw that was played on recently, lots on Twitch. I'll have a look at it. We'll have a look at Cuphead. I looked at the reclaimer. Favorite ship. I've bought an Aquila. So I don't think an Aquila would be much of an advantage. They're different roles. I mean, Aquila's going to be fucking great ship. That's pretty multi-role. That's exploration and general everything. So it gives you the ability to have that snub fighter and exploring the ground with the rover, and it's a cool ship. No more info on the freelancers, Durr and Max. They are going to be worked on relatively soon. Do you think you can get an exotic Italian? No, that's what we talked about a minute ago. Thank you very much for that question. So a way for a group in 3.0 to have persistent base of any sort? Well, you could go and claim somewhere, I suppose. You just go up to somewhere because when you log back in, you'll log back in there with your ships and everything. So potentially you could claim a base in 3.0, claim a location of land. I'm not sure if how you'd be able to market for each other though. So. Don't know. Suppose you'd have to. One of you guys landed, and when you logged off, at least one of you guys logged off in a ship next to where you wanted to go. You'd probably have to find each other. Maybe. Why did you choose the ships that I chose? Most of the ships that I chose, like 90% of them, are for content. I look at them and go, I want to make content on that ship when the game goes live. Or in the short term, these ships are gonna be good for my channel. That's why I chose most of them. But also, I'm a massive economy and industry fanboy. Will there be individual engine control like real planes? Almost certainly, but I don't know. Off topic, we're looking forward to Blade. Oh yeah, Blade Runner's gonna be cool. Yeah. I'm looking forward to the new Blade Runner. I'm also gonna. I haven't watched the old Blade Runner in a while, so I'm gonna watch the final cut of that. Probably on VR actually at some point. what kind of individual buys an Origin branded ship. It's not just dicks. How do you think they will handle Earth in game, or is it not going to be visitable? I don't know. I'm assuming it's visitable. They're going to have procedural cities, same as ArcCorp and Terra. Procedural cities. They've already worked a lot on Terra apparently, but we'll have to see what they show off with the procedural cities. Hopefully, we'll see some more at CitizenCon. I don't know. I'm interested in the scale of it, but I think it's going to be literally planet scale cities. Will everyone just be on one server? That's the plan eventually, not in 3.0, but everyone will eventually be on one server with server meshing, one shard. Although there are going to be private servers and modding available in the distant future. I believe if you want to purchase the super expensive packages, like the $15,000 packages, you have to contact customer support now. Because they're like, they don't want people to, I don't know, be committing fraud or... not tumbling money, what am I talking about? Laundering money. I am going to go and off and eat in a minute because I'm pretty hungry. Just be aware. Feel free to ask some more questions though. Check some more questions. Oh, it's got black! Ah! I apologise for the blickness. Bear with me. There we go. Yes. Distortionist, yeah. How do you think they're... I don't know, just read that one. Yeah, just read that one. Any news on the Caterpillar hull modules? No. Then there's going to be lots of different types. I'm not sure if you're able to switch out the front one for other types of module as well. We'll have to wait and see. On top of mental illness, on the topic of mental illness, at least in the area of psychosis, how do you feel about games like Hellblade that are going to explore the experience of psychosis and mental illness through gameplay and story? I mean, I think anything that brings awareness and tolerance and understanding of mental illness is fucking great. I'm always interested in stuff like that. Some of them are quite depressing, some of the games that do that, though, unfortunately. So if you're depressive, and some of those games are probably not best playing because they're like, oh my god. I remember when I watched Graveyard of the Fireflies, which is a Studio Ghibli film. I was like super depressed for a week. It's like, oh my god. But yeah, I like. Actually, Hellblade was fucking great, wasn't it? That's where you don't have a tutorial. It's literally just random voices screaming out at you, and you don't know if they're voices of you being mad or if it's ghosts and stuff. Yeah, that was great. Hellblade was great. Serena's Sacrifice. That was absolutely fucking fantastic game. It was very unnerving. I mean, nothing should really... Well, some things should be off topic, obviously. But a lot of stuff like that shouldn't be off topic for games. They're like that Dragon Cancer and stuff. They're important. They're important things. It's just an issue when you make a game about like cancer and stuff. Because like Dragon Cancer was about the developer's son that was dying of cancer. And then people were like, well, why are you selling this game? You're trying to make money out of your son dying of cancer. It's the art form and style of like sharing that terrible story as a game. That's fucking amazing and heartbreaking and beautiful and stuff. And the other side of it where it's like people we should be giving this away for free or just donations and stuff. It's a weird one. But I do like them. I do like those niche games and niche experiences which explore other sides of human psyche and the world and the things that happen to us and horrible things and beautiful things. Yeah, there'll be police and military jobs in Star Citizen. I suspect there'll be private security, literal missions. There'll definitely be bounty hunting. There'll definitely be jobs to be security on ships as like a marine and stuff. So, when can I dock my ship into the 4 other ships to make Voltron? That's a DLC. It's DLC. What are you more giddy about as an Evocati testing? Evocati testing is actually more of a chore than anything else. Obviously, I desperately want to play 3.0, so there is, because I've been waiting so long. There's a list of stuff that I'm looking forward to trying in 3.0. One of them is literally the persistence of logging on and off. If I log off and I'm the owner of a ship, can my mates log back on? And let ship respawn there, stuff like that. There's loads of stuff. I'm not really... The thing I'm going to do first is fly down to a planet and explore a planet Moon, Daymar, more specifically, briefly, and have a look around that. And then I've got a big list of things I want to test and see how it works. I know what the game changer is, but I'm pretty sure. I talked to Dev about it when I was at my studio tour. It'll be cool. You go to a bar and start some ordering money so I can buy a drink. Thank you very much, Daz. I fucking love your face. Keep out your legend, thank you. I have to look. Any word on how close the Phoenix rework is to being done? The Phoenix rework is going to be started on once they've finished 300 series rework, I think. It's coming soon. It's starting it soon. Probably done by the end of the year, actually. Maybe that. Yeah, probably done by the end of the year. Do you know why the completions package isn't viewable? You can contact customer support. They're doing a lot of stuff like that now. With the huger packages, you have to contact customer support. Is there any reason to select the Vanguard Warden over the Vanguard Harbinger? The Warden is going to have more survival. So the escape pod is its own little ship in the Warden. It's going to be more durable, probably, because of that in the centre. But other than that, no, the Harbinger might be a better choice. I love the Sentinel, personally, because I love the idea of warfare and disabling ships. One critical problem left, indeed. One problem left until we have Evocati. We're going to see different Evo. They're going to be possible Evocati builds starting from Monday every day. We might get to Evocati on Monday, potentially. So I'm pretty excited about that. What do you think of the 600i Explorer for exploration? Great. It's quite expensive for what it is, though. There are other ships that do it cheaper, like the Aquila, even the Cut. And if you want top tier exploration, you'd go for a Carrack anyway, which was indeed cheaper. Freelancer Miss versus Cutlass Black, which wins in a fight? Probably the Miss, because the Cutlass Black is quite big, and the Miss has a lot of missiles and can reload them. How long is the Evocati testing period? We don't know. It depends on how many bugs and stuff we find. Important question. Do you know if Mr. Roberts will try to stop people making money and selling ships and CCUs? No, I think the grey market is just kind of tolerated at the moment. They could change that at any point, though, so just be aware of that. What do you think of rescuing things like Cutlass Reds? Are they giving less attention to players at the moment? And if this mechanic... I'm not sure. There's going to be rescuing of people. I got a bit confused there. There's going to be rescuing of people. Space for One, nice name. It's going to be you can set to stress penguins and things and make money from rescuing people, but I'm not sure exactly how it's going to work yet. Obviously, the Cutlass Red is going to allow you to probably heal people. Might be a mobile spawn point and stuff like that as well. Don't know how those mechanics are 100% going to work yet at all, really. Will small ships that don't have jump engines be able to get one? Yes, some of them will be able to. I don't have a list of all of them, but I expect most of the fighters being able to get jump drives, as well as quantum drives. None of the snubs, though. Right, we are coming to the end of the stream. I fucking love you guys. Thank you very much. Get any extra quick questions in, if you want. Oh, fuck! I'm gonna eat. What are we doing tomorrow? We've got quite a few different videos going on. It is the last 2 days to well, you can subscribe on Twitch at any time, and you can sponsor at YouTube on any time. But on Twitch at the moment, it's half-price subscriptions for the next couple of days. So if people were like, I want to subscribe. It is half price, you know. You might as well plug myself. If I'm going to sell out to anyone, I might as well sell out to myself. I don't see the Vandal Blade in the ship pipeline. So a lot of the Vandal ships don't appear on the pipeline because they're Squadron 42 stuff. But it's, I believe, almost all of the Vandal ships are pretty far along, if not finished. And Ben said recently, actually, that almost all the Squadron 42 ships that are human as well are pretty much done. How much is the Prospector right now? Was it $140? $140, was it? I can't remember. It might change in price at CitizenCon if it goes on sale. Then I suspect it will go on sale. Right. They will most likely be free flight weekend. Let's just assume that question, can't they? Thank you very much. Thank you for fucking all the love. There's a lot. And thank you for the sponsors. Thank you for all the money. Jesus. $105 today. That's excluding cheer and stuff. So thank you so much. What's your guesstimation for a possible Squadron 42 at Citizen? I want to see it. I hope to see it. That vertical slice should have evolved into something looking pretty fucking awesome by now. And I just don't want to say, yes, it's going to be there, because I don't know. I am expecting it to be there lightly, but I would not be super disappointed if it's not. I'm also expecting it not to be there at the same time. I've learnt to rein in my expectations. Dungeon Jerkins. He's just donated $10. Thank you very much. Can you swap the missile pod for fuel scoop on the Gemini? Yes, you can. I believe it comes with it as well. It comes with both fuel scoop and the missile pod, which you can swap out. If you only had to choose a statue at Paul Orsar main hall or a game-wide donation campaign to a charity of your choice. Oh, fuck off. Oh, I'd have to choose the donation to a charity of my choice. Like, you'd have to. Because otherwise it'd be an absolute dick. I mean, I want both. I want the statue. But I also don't want people to think, what a dick. So I will be guilted into the game-wide donation campaign for a charity of my choice. Having a statue, like, in an area, that would be fucking amazing, wouldn't it? You gotta think, like, there was a game-wide donation to a charity that I helped choose or whatever. That would be fucking pretty cool as well. Fortunately, I don't have to make a decision like that. Jeez, that's oh my god. Yeah, thank you very much, guys. I fucking really appreciate that. I'm gonna still find someone to host. Obviously, get some more questions, and I can answer a couple more before I'm done. Twitch Shadow. Who's actually online at the moment? No, don't activate. What? Do you think the rework? Do you think they had to rework all the ships again to get them able to refuel by a starfarer? I think that's part of the item system 2.0 stuff. So rather than a rework, I think it was just a major mechanic that they hadn't finished yet. The major system. All ships are now built with those sort of stuff in mind. It's a little bit modular, so they can do updates like that much easier and go, oh, there's this. They can be repaired externally. They can be repaired internally. They can have these items and things switched out. They can be refueled. Yeah. But to an extent, I suppose, that you could be seen as they have to be reworked. Lots of ships, however, will receive tiny little reworks, which are more like materials updates and little tiny bits of extra modelling and stuff that are just minor to make them improved and look better. So there's difference between reworks that are like the Cutlass Black, which had a huge rework, and the Aurora update and that sort of thing, which are minor. Donation statues and statues. How will research observation? How will research observation work in Star Citizen, aka Science? So they had a design document on Science a while ago with the Endeavour, where they basically it was a mixture of manufacturing, farming, and they talked about some of the gameplay that they might want to do with just spotting things with a telescope, to spot anomalies and black holes and things and sell the information. We don't really 100% know how that's going to work. There's like computers with data crunching in the Endeavour, and there's modules. There's you'll probably be able to find plants, flora and fauna, and items, and then bring them back to the ship and analyze them with some form of minigame, and then have the computers data crunch them to be able to sell that information on. Don't really know how that's exactly going to work, though. That's kind of its like rough intention. What's the rarest ship in Star Citizen? Probably the Scythe, the player Scythe. Because there's a very very small amount of them, and lots of players change them and solve them and stuff. Thank you very much. I really appreciate all the fucking love today. Jeez, there's a lot. Do you think they'll be able to sell your ships to other players instead of trading them in? Yeah, of course you will. That'll be a thing in game. Would you be able to trust a player or NPC or automated system to run the ATC aboard your larger ships? You definitely trust the ATC will be run by AI and NPCs for the most part. We don't know if there's going to be much of a player one. Obviously, with base building and on the larger ships, you could potentially just have a player that is doing that anyway. So I don't know how enforced that is as a role, though. We'll have to wait and see. What do you think the Easter egg derelict is going to be in 3.0? A Bengal, potentially. The Javelin should be there, whatever. So we could have been talking about Javelin, but we've kind of seen them before. Yeah, I think it's a Bengal. It could be a Driller, though, a Vandal Driller. We don't know what the plan for base building and construction engineering stuff is for Star Citizen yet. I suspect we'll know more at CitizenCon. But we know there's going to be base building at some point. They want to put that in the game, and I'm excited for that. Hopefully we'll be able to like set up mining operations and stuff. Those outposts will be in the future. Will have purpose. To what extent do we believe we'll be able to customize ships? Lots of different upgrade parts. Lots of different. We'll be able to entirely change the role of ships with different parts and upgrades and bits and bobs. But also be able to paint them different colours and different skins and stuff as well. Huge amount of customization in Star Citizen, especially with 3.0 coming out. Item System 2.0 just allows for huge amounts of customization in the short term and long term. Right, fucking love you guys. Let's see who is streaming Star Citizen other than me. What's better, the Nox or the X1? I can't answer that question. The X1's probably going to be faster in a straight line. The Nox is probably going to be more agile. The Force is going to be probably the most tanky of the bikes, because it's got the extra shield slot. But I cannot answer that question. I can, but it's not very well. Got Crash Academy on, but they are going to be speaking in German. We've got Smashley, who I fucking love. I'm gonna go host Smashley, I think. I love her face. She is a dudette of the highest caliber. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Thank you for all the donations. Yeah, thanks for all the love and all the awesome. Yeah, you can go watch Ruben Edswo. I love Ruben Ed. He's a dude. Smashley on Sunday, I know, right? Doing something called SOS. But yeah, love you guys. I'll catch you later. Woo! Woo! Do the fucking dance for money. It's good. Smashley. What's this?
It's gonna be great. Gotta play.
I don't know what she's fucking playing, mate.
Cold wraps? Oh yeah, get blue in there.
Yeah, it's fucking. There you go. It's fucking. There you go. Enjoy that. Thanks for watching, guys. Fucking love your faces.
Harness.
Talk to you soon. Oh, I haven't actually. Okay, bye.